Today, we're going to talk about a huge shift happening right now, thanks to AI. It's the story of going from just, reporting numbers to actually making those numbers mean something. Let's jump in.
Okay, picture this. You're in a boardroom. It's super tense. Everyone's staring at you, and the CEO drops that question. Your heart just plummets, right? Because you know this isn't about the number. It's about your value. And wow, that is a scary, scary place to be.
So, that nightmare scenario, that's exactly what we're digging into in our first section. We're going to meet someone who was living it. Let's call them the boardroom ghost. So, meet Sam. Sam is a fantastic finance manager. Meticulous doesn't even cover it. The books were flawless. But, and this is a big but, when it came to those important strategy meetings, it's like Sam wasn't even there. A ghost, really, only piping up to confirm a number from last quarter while everyone else was busy deciding, the future of the company. Basically, Sam's role was what you'd call a data recorder. The whole job was looking in the rearview mirror, confirming what already happened. Now, don't get me wrong, accuracy is super important, but it's not strategic. Not at all. And then the penny drops. One afternoon, Sam watches a demo for some new AI software, and this thing is just zipping through expenses, reconciling accounts in a blink. And that's when this cold dread washes over Sam. That question, it's a gut punch, isn't it? If a machine can do all the math, maybe even better than me, what am I even here for? But you know what? That moment of pure fear, it turned into something else. It was the spark, the catalyst that made Sam decide, nope, I'm done being a ghost. It's time to take control of where I'm going. So, determined to make a change, Sam starts looking around and stumbles upon this guide called Sing and Solve Accounting. And the subtitle was key: Turn Data into Strategy. See, this wasn't about crunching numbers better. It was about learning how to make the data sing, how to make it tell a story about what's coming next. And this is where the real work started. Sam quickly figured out that the answer wasn't going to be found in a more complicated spreadsheet. No way. It was about learning a whole new language, the language of strategy. And you can see that mental shift right here. Sam was already a master of arithmetic, calculating what happened in the past. But the new game was logic. It's about using that same data, not just to report, but to actually predict and influence what happens tomorrow. And how Sam learned this is, well, it's pretty unforgettable. The guide actually had a karaoke track. I'm not kidding. It was called Make the Numbers Talk. And the lyrics, things like forecasting, what's the future looking like? And optimization, find the best way. They became this kind of fun, catchy way to get these big ideas to stick. Okay, so with these ideas bouncing around in their head, it was time to actually do something. Sam jumped into an interactive quiz that was part of the guide, just to work through a simple cost-benefit analysis. This is that crucial step, right? Where an idea stops being a theory and starts becoming a real skill you can use. So the quiz lays out a scenario. First up, the cost. Let's say it's $500 to invest in a new tool. Easy. That's a negative number on the sheet. That's the comfort zone for a data recorder, right? They know that part inside and out. But then came the other side of the coin. Using this new logic, this forecasting skill, Sam could see that the $500 cost would actually lead to a $600 benefit. And bam, that's the big shift. It's not just about the expense anymore. It's about the positive result. It's about being able to prove that a decision is actually worth it. So if you boil it down, Sam's whole path to becoming a master here had 3 simple steps. First, just learn the concepts. Get that difference between arithmetic and logic. Second, find a way to make it stick. Something memorable, like that crazy karaoke track. And third, you gotta practice. Use tools like that quiz to do it over and over again. All right, fast forward to the next quarterly review. Same room, same people. But Sam is a completely different person. This is the moment everything changes. So this time, when shipping costs come up, Sam doesn't sit there waiting. Sam jumps in, takes charge of the conversation, and starts with this. Just saying that one word, anomaly, it completely reframes everything. The game has changed. And Sam's not just talking. They've got a chart ready to go. It shows that, yeah, we spent 50 grand, but that's actually 10% higher than our forecast predicted. And that's the key right there. Sam isn't just spitting out a number. Sam is giving them context, something the AI on its own just can't do. But it gets even better. Sam doesn't just point out the problem and stop. Nope. Sam comes with a solution, a forward-looking, strategic recommendation. Hey, based on my analysis, we should switch the shipping routes for our new product line. And they've got the numbers to back it up. Sam explains that this one change could cut shipping costs by about 15% next quarter. Think about that. That's not just saving a few bucks. That's actively making the company more profitable. And the reaction from the CEO? The same CEO who used to look right through Sam? That's brilliant, Sam. Make it happen. And just like that, in that one single moment, the boardroom ghost was gone, and in their place was an essential strategic advisor. So why are we telling Sam's story? What's the big deal? Well, because it perfectly illustrates the real human advantage we have, especially in a world that's getting more and more automated. This chart really breaks it down. Look, the AI software, it's incredible. It's a beast at calculation, at sifting through past data and giving us the raw numbers. But the human advisor, that's a different job. That's about interpretation, about thinking about the future, about finding the best way forward. We're the ones who bring the why and figure out the what's next. And that's why Sam's fear of being replaced by a robot just melted away. They realized the software wasn't a threat. It was a tool. It could handle all the boring, tedious math, which freed Sam up to do the work only a human can do: the strategy, the insight, the smart thinking. So that brings us right back to you. We're all drowning in data these days, right? Your software for sure has all the numbers. But here's the real question. Do you have the story? Do you have that insight to look at all that data and build a strategy for what comes next?